Hey guys, it's Alex here, and I'm here with a couple of people to talk about The Wolf Among Us Episode 1 in a very spoilerly fashion. We got Jacob Bryan is here,
Hey,
and Jarrett Green is here, as well as... Oh, I'm sorry, Jarrett. I don't know why I did that. Jarrett Green is here.
Jack Green's here, but fuck that guy.
Pretty much. And Joseph Fait is here.
What's going on, Internet?
We're going to talk about The Wolf Among Us. This is very spoiler-ridden, so if you've not played Episode 1 of The Wolf Among Us, then
We are riddled with spoilers.
just leave. Get out. Go play that game.
Some would say this is the Jim Carrey of podcasts.
Some. Maybe you.
I would say only if one of us can be Tommy Lee Jones, and I vote for Joe. 'Cause he's the shortest. So,
Alright, oh god.
so it's fact. So let's start. The most important decision of The Wolf Among Us.
If you were not saying the same decision I'm thinking about, then
Did you
we're gonna
lie
have problems.
to Beauty?
It's not, no, it's not.
Did you not? We'll start. What general feels on the game, Jacob? What did you think of it, just in general?
I liked it a lot. The combat at first was a little weird. I don't know. It just took some time getting used to, but once it did, I liked it a lot. And the story was great. It's funny. It's a lot funnier than The Walking Dead.
It had a lot of just lighthearted moments in like a really graphically
Yeah.
horrible language kind of way, which I'm fond of.
I mean, that's how I played Bigby. It's a sarcastic kind of asshole.
Yeah, I like that. You can either play Bigby as like an asshole or as like a really violent asshole, which is it gives you a couple of
yes,
solid
two
options.
flavors.
Yeah, he is like the sour warhead or the really sour warhead. I enjoyed it. I'm with you on the combat. I think they kind of they threw it at you really quick, and they're like, "All right, this is how it works." Oh, by the way, just have fun.
Yeah, by the way,
I'd say
get punched in
I
your
really-
face by the woodsman.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Woodsman it's just like where I'm using the wrong analog stick to move this circle. What am I doing?
Guys,
I swear
still
it took
don't-
me like 30 seconds before I realized I had to move an analog stick, but by then I'm already almost going out a window. It was like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I still have no idea which analog stick you have to move for the directional moments in combat. Like, I'm just, like, moving both of them.
Yeah, they don't really like. It's the left analog stick. I found that out.
Yeah.
And they don't really tell you that. They're just like, hey, there's an analog stick motion on the screen. So you should probably move one of the sticks like that. But I thought the combat could have been introduced a little more.
It's like the first thing you do. You don't even move the character. You just start fighting.
Yeah, and it's funny because the game starts and then you have the short dialogue with Mr. Toad, and then it's like, hey, you should
God,
fucking
Mr.
pick up that
Toad.
matchbox or that
Yeah.
case of matches, and then that's it. And then you just start fighting. It's like you could use that matches later. But what do you think of it, Jarrett?
Again, the combat is like a real big problem for me because it's not very intuitive, and it really makes no bones about not being intuitive. But I have a general feel of the lore since I've read a little bit of Fables, and New York was always my favorite part of Fables. So seeing Bigsby walk and talk, and seeing these other characters in motion is really cool, and I already like this more than I like most of The Walking Dead. I was one of the few people that wasn't super blown away by The Walking Dead. And I read The Walking Dead. I think The Walking Dead book is phenomenal, but any other way that's franchise is deviated, I wasn't super impressed by. But I actually really am into Wolf, and maybe it's the noir thing. Maybe it's the fact. Maybe the writing's a bit more upbeat, and my choices are a bit more. Not realistic, but a bit more grounded in a reality that I can understand. Like I'm walking through tenement buildings that I could walk through. Like it kind of looks like the New York I'm pretty familiar with. These characters are people who having just suffered from like a horrible zombie apocalypse, they're kind of people living like in the struggle, but you get over it because they're kind of funny and they're kind of sardonic in the ways they do the things they do. I found this far more endearing than I did the other game, and I'm really excited about the next couple chapters.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that I noticed is the choices. I appreciated that it wasn't just like cataclysmically one way or the other, and something horrible is going to happen regardless.
Yes.
They give you more wiggle room as opposed to everything in The Walking Dead, which is either always life or death, or life or death plus both options are fucking horrible.
Right.
And you're going to have to deal with it regardless.
That, and I feel like a lot of the choices
Like,
you make in this game are going to come back for you, like eventually, and you're not too sure when or why, because they're very small things, like choosing to be a dick to one dude. Like, he doesn't do anything now, but I'm swearing Chapter 5 is going to dick you over, and you're going to feel like a giant asshole because of it.
Yeah.
But I like that. I think that's interesting. It's very Fallout New Vegas-ish.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Joe, what about you? What did you think of it overall?
So, like, overall, I think combat is way leaps and bounds better than what was in Walking Dead. Walking Dead, in comparison, was not nearly as forgiving in a game that shouldn't really have much combat in it to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
So this kind of solves that problem. I mean, there were times where it says press left trigger, but every other prompt said right trigger, so that I was still pressing the right trigger, and it just gave it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't even have to be close to the circles.
Yeah, you just kind of have to be in the general vicinity. Oh, you're on the left half of the screen? Oh, that works. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Oh man, wait, hold on. You dropped the controller and a button pressed somewhere. All right, sure. So I absolutely love the art style way more than Walking Dead. I mean,
it's the colors. I think it's
exactly.
really...
It's like super vibrant. Everything. There's high contrast, neon.
Yeah, the super contrast plus like the really dark shadows. It really brings out all the colors that you actually see.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just it looks gorgeous.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I think so far I like it a lot better than Walking Dead.
Yeah, I think it definitely started a lot stronger. But I can understand that because what Walking Dead was building towards, I think, was less about the overall narrative and more about your connection to those characters. And I feel like The Wolf Among Us is balancing that better, but it's also it's gonna have a really important through narrative, where The Walking Dead really didn't. And I think it's looking good. The prospects are good, I would say, because it's just it's a murder mystery, and it's noir, like Jarrett said. It's just really interesting and captivating. But yeah, I liked it. I liked it better than I liked the first episode of The Walking Dead. I think they're starting off stronger, which means it could get significantly worse, or it could even get better. So, but yeah, I guess we should talk about some of the choices we made. What's the big choice, Joe?
The big choice is I forget the pig's name, is whether you give him the glass of
It's true. Did you give it to him?
Yeah, and I was like, I'm not gonna send you the farm, and then I gave him the glass.
Oh,
of bourbon.
I told him he was being dramatic, and he just gave me his fucking.
Yeah, I told him that too, and he looked at me like I'm an idiot.
He's like, "Listen, motherfucker, I think I know what I'm talking about."
I'm a talking pig. I live in a farm. The hell
He helped
do you
himself
know?
in.
Exactly.
Yeah, he helped himself in. He's sitting in his chair when he came in. How do you
How
think
the
I
hell
would
did that
react?
thing get in there?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I want to know.
Who cares, man? That pig is my Clementine of Fable.
And that pig was smoking a cigarette. That was like the most jaw-dropping moment.
What's even more jaw-dropping is you're the asshole that gave the pig the cigarette. Like, what kind of person are you?
Not only did he give him the cigarette, but you're
He looked like he
smoking
needed a
around
cigarette. I
him.
just wasn't sure how he was going to make it happen.
Yeah, it was like, how did he just leave it in his mouth, or did he like hoof it off of his face or something?
He just left it in his mouth.
I never saw him.
I was waiting for them to move the hoof and completely break
I was
the
hoping it would happen. I'm
immersion.
like, just use like the little claw on the hoof to just kind of stick it and then take it off.
And you walked up to that pig and you put that cigarette in his mouth.
Yeah, I was hoping that at some point when I gave him the
smoke this
glass,
pig.
that he would like stick his hooves up and like carry it, and then just smash it. I'm like, damn.
Oh man, he drinks it like an animal.
He's just sitting there lapping it up with his gigantic pig tongue. It's horrifying.
So that's the biggest decision in episode 1 of Fable.
Second biggest decision. Did you lie to Beauty or not, or to Beast?
I mean, there's a third part or option for that. It's like
I'm straight Atlas.
And that's what I did.
Oh,
I lied to
him
him.
straight up.
yeah.
I was like, yo, I haven't seen shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, I told Beauty, I was like, I'm staying out of it. And then when I saw him, I was like, oh, this guy's getting lied to.
this guy's fucking ugly.
Yeah.
Sorry, bro.
I know. I said I would keep my mouth shut about it to Beauty, and I garnered some trust with her, which is good because she could be the next female companion that will eventually get
No, no
murdered.
kidding. God.
I was like, this is probably gonna be. Nope, definitely was Snow White.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was a moment where you see Beast like walking up to the police tape. And
Yeah, they get you with the fucking red herring at the last minute. I was like, oh no, Beauty's dead.
It's like,
Oh
I should have
shit,
told
never
him.
mind.
I fucked up. No.
I didn't even think of that. I was like, the second I saw him, I was like, oh, fucking Snow White's dead. I'm
So, like-
super sad when I see her head.
Like you start out at that game and like there's the prostitute before the woodsman, right?
Yeah.
And then Beauty's like, yeah, I'm going out, and it's pretty late. Like the game immediately leads you to believe that all the female fables are just prostitutes.
Yeah.
But then like she even has to tell you it's not what you're probably thinking. I'm like, okay, all right, sure.
Okay, well, maybe you're not a prostitute. Maybe you're not Lady of the Night. But you are Lady at Night, so what does that make me feel?
Where's your donkey skin?
I didn't think it would have been oh god, we're jumping everywhere right now. I did not think that was gonna be a literal donkey skin.
Neither did I.
I thought it would be. He said he like shaved or skinned the donkey to make it. Anyway, we'll start chronology. So we all fought the huntsman. I don't think there's really any diversions with that. How many of you were fucking pissed? Like, did you guys give your money to Faith?
Yeah.
Yes.
And how many were pissed when they're like, oh fuck, I can't even pay for my
You
whiskey?
came for the drink. I was going to pay for it to play the cool badass who just went to town at his bar.
Wait, pay for what drink?
The whiskey
You can pay for
at bar.
the drink at the end of the bar, or at the bar fight at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
At that point,
No,
I was.
didn't even...
It didn't work out. There wasn't even a point in buying anything. I'd rip dudes' arms off. I was like, I'm already the bad guy.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I didn't even try to pay for the drink at the end.
Okay. Well, at least Jacob has some kind of.
Yeah, I paid him off. Did you guys go out the window with the woodsman?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is there a way not to?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
don't know.
picked the option to dive out, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't pick an option. It just kind of happened.
Oh, I
No,
chose
I
to
didn't,
push
yeah.
him out the window.
Yeah, so did I.
Oh,
I
okay.
chose the option. It's like, hold on, give me a second.
Yeah, that's what I did too. I kind of got the huntsman down for a second, then I talked to the lady, and then he got back up, and it's like, oh, just give me a second. And then it cuts to a shot of you blasting out the wall, which I thought was particularly well done.
And then Toad crying like a big bitch.
Don't get me started on him.
Oh, I like Toad.
Toad
He-
was pretty good.
I just
I
can't
didn't-
his clothes.
I didn't like.
His stupid little toad hat
His,
just fucking made me
his,
angry.
his sweatpants and his shirt tucked into the sweatpants so
his
high.
toad,
Ugh.
little toad robe.
Yeah, it's Totoro. Fuck
He's
that
like
guy.
your basic like big city super. It's like you think about it, it's like your immigrant super who's like just fucking sweaty everywhere,
Ugh.
just wears sweatpants.
It's true.
Got a
And-
kid who he probably beats.
That's what I thought was
Oh,
going to
that's what I
happen
thought.
when we got there, too. I was
I
like,
think,
he's
like-
fucking...
100% he beats him. There's no thinking.
Yeah. I thought he broke the lamp over his head, and I was like, okay, we're solving two cases here.
Like, did it when you get to that scene? I thought what had happened was he got in a fight with his son, not that someone like had come in and beat on him. So that was the angle I was playing off the whole time, and I just looked like an asshole.
Oh yeah, that was definitely mine. I'm like slapping Toad in the face. I feel like
Yeah,
it-
Oh, God, you guys.
I wouldn't even go that
I
far.
showed
No,
some restraint.
I imagine Toad's son as being, "Please, sir, can I have some more?" And then Toad like, "More? You want more?"
It's pretty much that's exactly what it was.
Yeah,
so,
that's their relationship.
So, the minor stuff with Faith, I don't think any of that's gonna to play into it. I was trying to be the man with the heart of gold when I was talking to her, so. But I wasn't an asshole to her. Where's your pimp? I think was one of the options. Or like, who's your pimp? But yeah, I'm trying to think like when's the next major decision point after the prologue
It's
scene?
the next major one is who you choose to go to first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
but that's after the bourbon.
Beauty and stuff. Beauty and the Beast. And
Well, then you go to Ichabod Crane's office, and you have to go.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Fuck him.
What a douche nugget! Like, holy shit!
That monkey though. That monkey knows what's going
That
on.
monkey's great.
The monkey's about to get crunk.
Oh god,
Yeah,
it was
monkey,
so
yeah,
good.
he is crunk all the time.
Like I would spill some drinks and get loud on the Citadel. with
Yeah,
that
he's
monkey.
like, all I do is read books and get fucking wasted. And I'm like,
All I
yeah,
do is
monkey.
Party, put a party. And I was like, yeah. That's you're living the fucking life, monkey.
I used the mirror to look at the monkey.
And he was drinking on the
Yeah,
job. Yeah. In the
He's
shelves.
hanging out with some books, and he's like getting his drink on.
I used the mirror to creep on Snow White. I'm like,
I did too.
yeah.
Yeah, he's like,
He's like,
Right behind you.
she's in the room, so what are you doing right now?
I felt kind of bad for the monkey for day drinking, though. I didn't know how to feel about that morally.
yeah.
Just like
He's
6
got
o'clock
some-
in the morning, he just started drinking.
Yeah. Day
I
drinking.
I felt bad about Snow White for fucking scolding him. He's a flying monkey that lives in Ichabod Crane's office. Like, motherfucker needs to drink. If you gotta talk to that dude, like, every day,
Yeah.
you'd be drinking at 6 o'clock in the morning, too.
I mean, like when you see him, he's hiding away from him with his wine
Yeah.
that he stole. So
There's options to be mean to him. Like, who's gonna be mean to that guy?
yeah, the
Oh,
monkey
God,
seems
no.
like a true ass homie.
Yeah.
Like, what are you gonna do? Sorry, I haven't played GTA 5, so everybody's my homie right now.
I have people text me about GTA 5, like, people want to play gangster-ass golf, and I'm like, yes, because that's the only place on the planet you can play gangster-ass golf.
You can play golf with your swag out. Anyway, the first major decision, which is to check on Prince Lawrence first or check on the Toad first. So who went with Lawrence first?
No.
It's funny because the
Zero
statistics when you beat the
diverse
game
Spoilercast.
say the same. Like, no one went to Lawrence first, and everybody let him die.
Because Lawrence looked like he was already
Yeah.
dead from the mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fucking Toad seems like he needed help now.
Well, like I went to the Toad because I thought I could be able to catch whoever's checking out the woodsman's apartment, and of course it's just fucking gone when you get there. But when I got there, I heard Toad Jr. crying, so I immediately
Wait, he was
left.
gone when you got there?
Well, like you see him and then he disappears,
Yeah.
like he gets away. But when they put you in the apartment, I assumed I'd be able to come back, so I just walked out of the apartment without
So
looking
did
at
I.
anything.
I didn't look at a
Oh,
single
God.
thing.
Nah, I went through all of his shit.
Yeah,
I
and
went,
Every
I went
single
balls
piece.
out in Toad's home. And then I like punched him in the face.
Well, like,
and I was like,
before
oh,
I-
hold on now. I can't do that.
before I even got to Toad's apartment, I was in the woodsman's apartment. When you have the chance to look around, I just left.
There's
I did
like
too.
one thing in there. It's like nothing you can get.
Okay.
Like, I think you look at the sink and then Bigsby's like, well, probably should get that fixed. And then, like, that's about it.
Sure.
Okay.
But then you get into the Toad's apartment and you're kind of like peeking around. Yeah, like I said, I thought that the Toad was fucking beating on his kid, so I was playing that angle, slapped the shit out that fucking Toad.
Oh, God. You people
So,
are
me and the
I
Toad
came close.
who beat the shit out of dude.
Like, I'm
Nah.
beating the shit out of everybody, but I'm not punching Toad.
I didn't hit
No,
Toad. I had
that
too much
motherfucker
pity
got
for him to
slapped
hit
in
him.
his face.
Oh yeah, I slapped him like 3 times, and then Snow
What?
White came
How
out
many
and she was
times
like,
can you do
Yeah,
that?
yeah, is it just a slap or do you like
think
throw
it's-
him around the house?
"No, it's like a lady slap." You're like,
3 times.
Three's a max.
Yeah, and then the like kids like Daddy, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm immediately a dickhead.
Well, like Snow White beforehand is like, yo, let's try and be calm about this, and then she goes and talks to the kid. I'm like, oh, she's not fucking looking. Smacking the shit out that guy, and then the kid hears it and he comes out and is like, well, Toad Jr.'s afraid of the big bad wolf. I'm like, fucking good. And Snow White is like, Snow White will remember how you behaved. And I'm like, what the fuck?
It don't matter if she's dead.
Yeah, not for much longer.
As soon as I saw the first Snow White will remember this, I'm like, oh, they're gonna kill her.
I keep it real.
Yeah, I sort of like maybe I got a little carried away with that.
Now
Snow
it's
White
like this is the
appreciates your
job.
honesty.
This is the job, Snow White.
You don't like it, then don't deal with it.
Slap
A man with a certain set of skills.
Yeah, no, you should have just
slapping
been
the
like,
shit out of miniature toads. It's all on
man.
the day's work.
Exactly. I gotta slap the shit out of Toad Jr. if I have to.
No, not Toad Jr.
Never Toad Jr.
What happens? what happens if you back down before you start slapping the shit out of him?
You just, I was on the verge of slapping him. I got to the point where it was just slap him or look around, and he was like, "Oh, not in front of my boy," and I was like, "Oh, you're lucky you fucking said that. I was ready to beat your ass."
Man,
He said that, and I was like, "Oh, really? In front of your boy?"
It gives you a little ticker. It's like you scared Toad.
Yeah, it just scared him.
You're
So
like,
I just kept
feel a
looking
little
around.
bad about that.
He's such a fucking asshole at the beginning of the episode. Like,
Yeah, he
deserves
is.
it. So tell me how to spend my fucking money. I'm like, hey, yeah, I'll fucking tell you because you look like a goddamn toad.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone
have
told
a-
you,
I
but
have a
I'm 3
video
feet
on
taller
him.
than you. Like, I'll tell you what the fuck I want. Tell me whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, pity for him though, right? He's Toad. He's sweaty and
Yeah.
in sweatpants,
Honestly, if he wasn't wearing the sweatpants, I would have no pity for him.
and he doesn't have any money. So he can't.
Yeah.
I mean,
He spends that money on blow. That's why.
Let,
I mean,
let the man do what he wants in his own home.
Isn't he stealing everything from all the other apartment
I
owners?
believe the
Like, he'd
term was
just be
borrowing.
Oh yeah, okay. He's selling that shit on the side.
He's selling it for some toad blow. You know
Yeah,
what
he
I'm saying?
is.
Toad blow.
It's a woman hovering over him, pouring some salt, and then his safe word. God, I don't know what his safe word is, but that's
obviously
Toad
Ribbit.
blow.
His safe word is like
Toad.
blimey or something.
Oh,
British. But yeah, like there's nothing really happens there. You hear that, like, I think it's Dumb, one of the Tweedle brothers, was there, and he beat on Toad because he wasn't supposed to see him. So there you go.
Fuck the Tweedles, by the way.
yeah, fuck them.
those
Fuck
guys.
those motherfuckers. So then you go to Lawrence's house if you hadn't already, and he's pretty much dead.
Yep.
So he lives if you go there first, though, right?
Apparently. It's
Apparently, there's a way. Like, I checked the trophies. There's a way to save them.
You might have to go there first though for that to happen.
yeah.
I wonder if Toad's dead if you go there. If you go to him second.
I doubt
no,
he's not
he deserves
dead,
it.
but I bet
He deserves.
I bet it'd be harder to figure out what was
Yeah.
happening. There'd be less evidence. You would have cleaned up some. Or you just wouldn't be able to find out. But yeah, no, it's Lawrence is dead. He stabbed himself and shot himself, is what I took away from it.
And took pills.
And took pills, like
Those
because
were
his,
yeah. He was just going all out.
Yeah.
his
he was-
fables are more resilient in our world.
Oh yeah.
So
I completely forgot that. Yeah. Fucking Woodsman took an axe to the skull and didn't die.
Let's
so
let's
yeah,
create a narrative for this hoodsman. By
Hoodsman?
hoodsman I mean
the woodsman,
no I mean hoodsman.
Hoodsman.
Like it's a fable we just made up.
the KKK hoodsman.
Oh
Okay.
Jesus! All right, this is gone a place I don't want
he
to.
hated all the toads and he started a group of people to beat on the toads and slap the shit out of them. That's the hoodsman's fable.
Toad haters. Okay,
Toad haters.
I can get behind this story.
The hoodsman is actually the real Tweedledee or Tweedledum, whichever the fuck one.
All right, man. So
Whatever.
Lawrence.
So yeah, Lawrence is dead. Did it scare the shit out of anybody else when they opened the closet and Tweedledee came out? Oh
Yes.
my god. I nearly shit a brick.
No, I kind of expected something. I expected someone to be dead in the closet, but the fact that it was a living person didn't really change my startle factor.
Yeah, I didn't expect anyone to be there. I didn't know what to expect, honestly.
I expected someone to be dead in the bed, actually.
That's what I
when
thought
they-
too, because it was kind of open. So
Yeah,
that's where I thought that
'cause-
was going to be.
Because there was blood around the bed, but not on the bed. So
Right.
someone had cleaned up. Yeah, no, it was, and then there's the chase scene, and then you get to talk to Tweedledum. Did anybody lose him?
No,
I almost did.
I almost lost him, but I didn't.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, I think it tells that to everybody, because I almost lost him. Like, you almost slipped away from me there.
Oh.
Fucking thanks.
Yeah, that happened, and I was like, fucking bullshit he did.
Yeah, and I refuse to believe that big fat guy could make that jump from the
Yeah, right?
walkway to walkway.
I don't
Big Beast
know
too
what
fast.
drugs he is on.
No kidding.
But I want him to share. He's got some of that toad blow.
Yeah.
Tell you what.
That infamous toad blow.
That infamous toad blow. Yeah, I thought the chase scene was pretty fun though. They going through the apartment building and like seeing the dust come from the ceiling from the running on the floor above. I thought it was
Because he's
cool.
really heavy.
Yeah, because that guy's just lard ass, just jumping.
But
around.
he can move
I was
for
surprised he
being
wasn't just-
fucking 400 pounds.
Yeah, he was. I was surprised he wasn't like rolling down the hallway at some point. So, like, he was actually building momentum faster that way.
Like, this was like the Willy Wonka, and he had the gum.
Exactly.
Uh,
He
Yeah.
had the gum and he just inflated.
Yep.
Yeah, it was cool. And then you go to the bar. I was so tense during the bar scene, just all of it, because I didn't know I didn't know how dangerous my character was at that point. They don't give you a good idea until the bar fight.
Yeah,
So did you guys-
and as soon as they let me, I went like all out.
Yeah.
Did you guys go look around the whole bar, or I just sat down next to that
No,
guy?
I
I
sat
didn't even
down.
look around.
I did.
I
I looked
looked-
around.
I looked around.
What else did you do?
I examined the chalkboard where it had the names of the people playing darts, and then afterwards he automatically sat down next to Gren. It's like, 'cause one of them is WD. I'm like, I fucking wonder who that is.
You can look at the pickled eggs
Yeah, I
if
looked
you're
at the pickled
super
eggs.
interested.
I looked at the picture on the wall of the woodsman. And the
Yeah, that
bartender
one's my
was like,
favorite. They're like, I don't know who that fuck that dude is. He just got my
Never
picture
se-
on the
never
wall.
Seen that fucking asshole before. Picture of him with clearly a side shot of your head in the side of the frame. Like, what are you talking about?
That was awesome.
And then the fucking bar fight. So I didn't.
So was there a way to do the bar fight before the woodsman came out of the bathroom?
I don't know, because I thought about it too after it happened, because there's like 2 opportunities to engage that dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. That's a good question. I doubt it, but it'd be cool if you could. And then he pops out and he's like, "What the fuck is happening down here?"
So
but yeah,
who ripped the arm off?
I
Me.
did, 100%.
I did too. That was really the only time I lost it.
Alex?
Ripped his arm off.
I didn't.
I did not.
Okay. I'm glad someone else didn't. I didn't want to be the only one. Oh, fucking pussy over here. No,
No, I 100%.
I
That
didn't.
dude's arm.
I
No,
like
that's-
I'd stabbed him with a broken pool cue. I figured
Yep.
he'd had enough.
I had some empathy towards Woodsman because of how he was freaking out when he learned that Faith was dead, and then he's like, "Come on, man, he's had enough." I'm like, "Oh, God damn it, Woodsman." Okay.
See, I don't like listening to the woodsman. If he tells me something's going on, I'd think the exact opposite. Because fuck that dude, too.
Yeah.
That's true.
And they need to know. They need to know that Bigsby's, like, down for whatever.
Bigsby's
He's
DTF.
down to
DTF. DTFU. Down to fuck shit up. DTFSU. Sure. Whatever. Words. No, I didn't want to rip him out. Like, I feel like I'm going to have to deal with Grendel again at some point, and didn't want to have him like armless.
Huh.
I figured that would just be a lasting reminder of why he would not want to deal with any of what I am serving up.
I can't wait till like chapter 3 when he's sitting outside your apartment with like no arm, like feed me and my children, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, he got what he deserved.
Then you stab him, feed him pills, and shoot him in the head.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, no, I didn't. So the big thing is who'd you grab? Did you take the Woodsman or D?
I think everyone took Tweedle.
I took the Woodsman.
I took the
Jesus.
Woodsman.
You guys hate the fucking
took
Woodsman.
Tweedle, dude.
Listen, the entire game was finding the Woodsman. I'm making sure that motherfucker is coming with me.
Yeah, was the Woodsman the guy you kept naming as your suspect the entire way through?
No, I actually named
No.
the pimp the entire way through.
Really?
Yeah, I named the pimp, and then I named the Tweedles.
I named what's the H guy? Not
The
the
Bluebeard? No.
Blueberry. Yeah,
Bluebeard?
Bluebeard?
guy.
The Bluebeard.
Blueberry.
I don't even know who
Blueberry.
Bluebeard is
Bluebeard.
supposed to be.
Yeah, you never meet him, do you?
No, you don't meet him. You
I read about him in that book, but that was it.
Well, I read about him in the file that Bigsby
What
had
is
in
he
his
supposed to
apartment.
be? Was he a pirate?
I don't think so. He's some serial killer that used to decapitate women.
Oh,
Oh,
I think
well, if I
he's
would have known
supposed to be the
that.
Ripper.
Oh, did you guys not know that?
No. No.
Okay, so all right, that's cool. In Bigsby's apartment, he has a file on Bluebeard.
Oh, I looked at the file. I just didn't look.
And then
Must have
if
messed
you
up.
read his fable it adds his fable to your fable list, and it's like, yeah, he used to fucking go around and decapitate women, but now he's rich.
Yeah, now he's rich and no one gives a fuck. He's like, oh, you used to decapitate women, that's whatever. It's a new start.
he's
Yeah.
the Charlie Murphy of fables.
Pretty much, like
He is kind of like the Charlie
carried over-
Murphy of Fables.
He was one of the only that carried over his wealth from the old land into like the mundane world. And
Okay, that's what I was wondering. These princes, they're living like shit right now. I was wondering, did they not bring any of their money with them? Is that?
yeah, none of
Well,
them
okay.
could bring their wealth.
She
Okay.
mentions, Snow mentions that Bluebeard came through, quote, the back door. Like,
Yeah.
didn't go through official
Yeah,
channels.
I
That's
remember
why he get the keep all his wealth. And no one trusts him because of it.
Yeah, but he can do whatever he wants because he funds like the government, the Fabletown government. I'm like, oh, he used to decapitate women. Well, that makes him quite suspicious.
Just to cover up
yeah.
someone else's nose. for
Yeah,
just
but
doing it.
at the end, I implicited the pimp. I was
The
like,
same.
He sounds probably shady. He's probably not good. Faith was afraid of him. So
And everybody else.
yeah, except for you. She didn't afraid of big.
Yeah, she didn't know I was going to rip a dude's arm off like an hour later.
That's true. But yeah, then I went for the Woodsman. I figured he was the one that, like, I want to know what happened for him and Faith to get in the same room. I feel like that's important.
I mean, he tells you right before you even have to grab him.
What are you talking about specifically?
Like I mean, I think they would give this conversation to everyone where you're in the bar and you're talking about Faith with Woodsman. And he's like, yeah, man. I mean, everyone here fucking thinks I'm a good guy, but I was there to rob Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother, and you were just happened to be there. That's why we fought. It's like I'm not a good guy. It's like I'm a bad guy, and it's just
Yeah,
like
but Faith isn't Little Red Riding Hood.
I know. And he's like, everyone got it wrong. And then he's like, that's what I was doing with Faith, is I was going to rob her.
Oh, he didn't say that to me.
Yeah. He said that he was going to rob her, and then again, Bigsby showed up.
Yeah, but that doesn't explain why she met up with him in the first place.
Yeah.
Like, I doubt that he called her. It didn't seem like that, because she was looking for something specifically.
Some deep sex.
Some of that D.
Some deep woodsman sex.
So,
That just sounds horrible.
some fucking hardcore lumberjack anal penetration.
Ugh.
That deep lumberjack Dickens.
we can refer to that as lumberjacking.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
Hashtag
Yes,
lumberjacking.
Good check that lumber.
Can you get a shirt that says that, Alex? Hashtag lumberjacking?
I have a hashtag dope shirt, so anything is possible.
Alright, there you go.
Yeah, no, why'd you take Tweedledee?
Cause, man, it's like, why are you gonna run?
Well,
Yeah, he ran.
because he beat the shit out of you earlier, but...
No, the other one beat the shit out of me, wasn't it?
Well, I mean,
D was the one you
Yeah,
chased.
D's
right?
the one you chased,
so.
but Dumb knocks you out, and then
I don't know.
White says that D kicks
Oh,
you in
yeah.
the ribs.
That was like the funniest part in the whole game. It's like,
Yeah, I agree.
It's after
He's just
one
lying.
stopped kicking you. He's like, that explains the ribs.
explains the ribs. Oh.
No, I chose to just leave me here.
Yeah.
Leave me here. And I was like, that's appropriate.
Nah,
Yeah.
it's like if you have something like most of it has to do with the fact that I believed the woodsman that he didn't kill her, and then the Tweedles are instantly suspicious for trying to run away from you.
Yeah, I mean, like, the only thing I thought... I considered the Tweedles for a second. I'm like, well, obviously their employer knows something about what's going on, but I don't think I'm going to get that information out of them. So, that was kind of my logic on that. Because they're fucking assholes. Anyone else?
In my brain, it's like Tweedle just walked in on this like bar fight that ended horribly for the other person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that, they have to know what's up.
Even worse if you ripped off the guy's arm too. So
Yeah.
Yeah, he was not ready for the shit I had laid out in the bar right now.
it's like, oh, whoops! Did not mean to come in here.
Oh, this is the place where people's arms get ripped off. Whoa!
I'm out, guys. I don't want my arms ripped off. Yeah, no, it was good. I that the bar fight and then that last decision, because as soon as Tweedledee walked in, I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna have to choose one.
Yeah.
I actually sat there for like a second. I was like, fuck. This one. It could have gone either way, honestly. They both had pretty good reasons to pick either one. So.
I was such a hypocrite. I called out the woodsman every time they offered up a suspect, and then when I had the chance to take him, I didn't.
Oh, you went for Tweedledee. So.
Yeah.
What was your logic with that one? Just because he was shady?
I don't know. I don't know. He ran, so I was just like, fuck this fat guy. I'm gonna catch him right away this time.
What happens when you go after Tweedledee?
You catch him.
Yeah, you just catch him right at the door. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because like I didn't know if you like slammed him against a car or something.
No, you get
Against the door, right?
I imagine it's the same for the huntsman, but you get up to a place and then you just handcuff him to a light pole.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that happens, and then you're like, oh man, someone else has got to be dead because there are a bunch of mundane police officers here. I like that also the police officers are definitely trying to move you, but they're all moving in slow motion. when
Yeah,
they're not.
and yeah. I didn't get that either.
Snow White's head is on the... Oh, no. Snow White will remember nothing. I want them to reanimate her body. That's
Yeah,
that's my goal.
I was pretty worked up about that. I had that beautiful, like, romantic comedy moment where they both try and talk at the same time, and I was like, oh, this romance is going everywhere I want it to go. And then she's dead.
You're like, oh yeah, just pour on the teenage drama.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it looked like good, because like when that happened, that was when I knew Snow White was gonna die. I'm like, oh, fuck, they're gonna kill her. Because I was thinking about all of the possibilities, and I'm like, they're not gonna fucking even let it get that far. They're just gonna murder her at the end of this episode, and that's gonna be the twist that I'm left on. I'm gonna fucking deal with that for like the next 2 months.
Hopefully Telltale is a bit more consistent with pushing out episodes on a...
They
on
haven't even
regular
announced any kind of release schedule for The Wolf Among Us. Like, there's no even general window for episode 2.
I hope somewhere between a month and a half.
I heard, for some reason, I heard somewhere a month and a half to 2 months is what they were planning, which seems almost too long.
That seems long to hold people's attention.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be okay with it if it was like a month and a half. I think that's a good maximum amount of time. But past that, I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah, we will. It was good stuff. What do you guys think's gonna happen next?
I'm gonna punch the shit out of one of the Tweedles.
Yeah. And your like next on episode, did you have like the woodsman down in some creepy basement? 'Cause that's where it
Yeah,
looked like
he was
we had the
chained to a
Tweedles.
chair.
Yeah.
No, mine was a Tweedle. Yeah.
Yeah, mine was a Tweedle too, but same
I was
spot.
like, this place is going like straight Afghanistan here.
Oh, jeez.
Gitmo.
Going down a dark path.
Yeah, man. It's
Yeah,
it's like first season of Breaking Bad. Dude in the basement.
Pretty much. And then you melt him in a bathtub. It gets really awkward. It looks like you're gonna be meeting the pimp. They showed the guy that looked just like the silhouette of the pimp in the final like statistics menu. So
No, I saw that, and it's like people who you named as your suspect, and so that was the pimp. Okay.
yeah, the guy with like the tattoos, I think he did.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, I saw that. I was like, who the fuck is he?
Yeah, exactly.
Like I did not put it together that he was the pimp.
Well, I didn't know who he was until at the end it showed your statistics and stuff. But yeah, it's curious because they also showed another shot of where like it's Bigsby almost fully transformed into the wolf.
That was pretty cool.
Looking more werewolf, which means more bitches is gonna push your buttons, and that's
That wasn't
exciting.
even all werewolf, baby.
Yeah, no, that wasn't like full wolf. I liked when he was in the book when you're looking at the book of fables. If you highlight the wolf, he's like, I haven't seen you in a long time. I'm like, yeah, well, you're gonna see him soon.
Yeah, man. That dude was so arrogant. He's like, last person I put my hands on, they ended up in the ground, and you just like take him out like it's nothing.
Hey, fucking Grendel, just rip his arm off if given the option.
Yeah, it's like.
I like that he was barely even aggroed up when he like went
fucked
ham
him
on him too.
Yes.
He got a little hairier, but past that, he just fucking no stop at the big bad wolf.
I died in that fight.
Oh, you did? I didn't
Yeah.
know you could die.
When he like rams you and he's like running with you towards the wall. I couldn't see the little area where you have to click the button in, so I was just like moving the cursor all over the screen, just hitting the right R2, and I died the first time. So
What
that's
happens?
embarrassing. You just get thrown up against the wall, and it's like game over.
Oh.
And I was like, I got hit way worse than that earlier, and I was fine. Just that one hit. So,
Yeah, I appreciated that scene because it feels like it set the tone, because throughout the whole thing, like Colin was telling you, they're afraid of you, they're afraid of you. I'm like, I just got the shit beat out of me by the woodsman, so I'm not feeling
that afraid.
I'm not feeling that scary. And then that scene happens, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
and that wasn't even like full on, so it will clearly go down a darker path.
I'm interested to see. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you can go ahead.
In the next night, it looks like the Beast and Bigby kind of get into a little bit of a fight. If you lied to him,
Yeah.
or that sort of showed. I'm kind of interested to see those two go at it more than someone I don't really care about, like Ren.
Yeah. Beast is a more interesting character than big fish-looking man. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good. I'm excited to see what happens. I'm also excited.
Oh man.
Go ahead.
No, the other big decision, right? Did you? I mean, we kind of already covered this. So, which one of you guys paid for the drink at the end?
I tried.
Or tried to.
I tried, but I couldn't
I tried.
because I gave my money to Faith.
Okay, so what I told them just to put the damages on
Crane.
Crane, and then when you go to pay for the drink, I was like, and the drink too.
That's pretty good.
Oh man, I love that. That's what calms him down is a whole glass of whiskey.
A double glass of whiskey, man.
Yeah. It's like,
Which is I like
what a
that.
man!
It's
What a man! Bigsby is.
drinks it straight in like a second, and then it's just like, oh, okay, we're good. But yeah, I'm excited to also. I was curious if like I know one of the episodes is probably going to take place mostly on the farm. I'm curious to see that. I thought it would be episode 2, but it looks like it'll probably be episode 3.
I'm super curious what's going on with those other pigs out of the 3 pigs. Like, one's in my apartment. What are the other 2 doing?
I believe they're on the farm.
That's a shame.
So
Pigs.
Yeah.
Oh man. I think that dude's so awesome.
Colin.
Colin,
Fan of
yeah.
Colin.
Colin the alcoholic pig.
Yeah, I think it's great because he kind of antagonizes you when you give him a cigarette. He's like, yeah, a couple more thousand of these and pay for my house. I was like,
Every time he brought up the house, because he did like 3 or 4 times,
Yeah.
I was like, just fucking let it go, man. What do you want from me? I want my house back. Ah, god damn it.
just
Yeah,
let
it
him
was
sleep
good.
in my chair.
I like that Bigsby doesn't sleep in his bed, because fuck that.
I didn't even see
Yeah,
a bed.
fuck that. Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah,
I
that's
thought
funny.
the chair
He's like,
was
I'm
his
gonna,
bed.
I'm gonna sit in
Yeah.
my
I
favorite
did.
chair.
My favorite chair, my bed. What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Jarrett, did you have any guesses as to where you think it's gonna go next? It's working with that hot.
One more time. I'm sorry.
Do you
Yeah,
have
I'm
any
on that
guesses
delayed.
of where you think it's gonna go next?
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot more to Ichabod Crane's involvement than let on. I mean, honestly, I think it was let on pretty hard that Crane's involved in some bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And I think chapter 2 and 3 will find those out pretty discreetly. I think Beast. Obviously, they tease at the end of the first one that Beast and Bigsby finally have an encounter.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's important because I'm sure Beast and some sort of offhand way, Beauty knows some shit that they're not letting on. It's weird because what started out as a small thing is now, after like the end of the first episode with the death of Snow, has turned into a far bigger thing.
Yeah.
And when you go through like Lawrence's shit, you realize that obviously they both knew about something
Mm-hmm.
and had pretty much the same idea about solving it, which is disappearing.
Yeah.
And that leads anyone to believe that this is bigger than just maybe a pimp or a loan or owing someone money. And I didn't chase would be what
You broke up a little at the end there. If you want to repeat it.
and I'm super excited to see those people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I'm curious to see what other characters are going to be traversing that world, and like one curious thing is when you ask the magic mirror, which you guys did, where Faith's body is. It's like
Yeah, and he says the line "lips are sealed," which is like the a consistent sort of word or phrase that keeps coming back.
Yeah.
It was, that was the same thing that Faith was telling Bixby when he was asking about what the problem was and like
who
what's
she
going on.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like that kind of motif reoccurring like that is interesting, and I think seeing where that goes is going to be really cool too.
I like that the mirror was like, "Hey, bitch, you need to rhyme to ask me some questions."
Yeah.
Like, listen, motherfucker, you know how this works. It's dumb. I get it. Just do it. I appreciated that. But yeah, no, it's interesting that there's gonna be some kind of larger magical thing playing into this. Yeah, it's really exciting. I'm excited to see where it goes. I think
a good
that
start. It's a good start.
yeah, it's a very, very strong start. I think that wraps it up though. Thank you, Jarrett, Jacob, and Joe for joining me. This has been fun. We'll probably do this next time around when episode 2 comes out, or whenever that may be. Until then, go to RationalPod.com to see my review of episode 1 and watch this video if you're listening to the audio, or download the podcast if you're watching the video. So check it out, RationalPod.com, and thanks for watching, guys.